What's up, guys? This is Adam with Tabletop Vibes. I'm with Steven, and today we're taking a look at Deep Regrets by Tetris Games. And it is really freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Steven, what'd you think?
I thought it was really cool. Starting right from the artwork, it's just really engaging, really compelling. It tells a story before you even start playing the game. And speaking of which, the rulebook has a whole lore and story in it. So it's a really great way to just kind of get immersed right from when you first open the box.
Yeah, so essentially in this game, you're playing as a fishing angler, because this is a fishing game. An unfortunate fishing game is what it says on the box. Anyways, and so essentially you're competing against other fishing anglers to then reel in the biggest catch. But there's a catch. And you're trying not to go mad. Because the lore is Edmund Halley was out there trying to find the hollow earth and ended up disappearing and going crazy and mad. But maybe they were correct, maybe they weren't. And so now you're out there trying to catch these different fish. Big, small, medium fish, fair fish, which are decent, good fish. And then you have
foul
fish. And so you're going to then fish for these and then go back to port, which we'll go into. So that's kind of the theme of the game, which again, like Steven said, is really immersive and like really fun because you get the feeling that you're actually, well, an angler.
Yeah. So there's a great player board. You can pick from up to 5 characters because this game plays between 1 and 5.
Yeah. One side is like the foul side, and one side is like the normal human being side.
Yeah, which just adds to the lore.
Yeah, it's a blast.
I played as Bert. Yeah. And he was just a really great angler out there on the sea.
There's a solo mode, and there's also a cooperative mode where you can team up and angle together.
Yeah, super fun.
Yeah, because so there is dice in this game. I lost.
Surprise.
I couldn't roll to catch fish for to save my life, to be honest. Before we go into it, we played at 2 players. We played at higher player counts all the way up to 5. We did find 2-player is a good time. 5 players, though, is crazy in a good sense. Level. And it's just better because there's more player interaction and the madness is getting passed around, which we'll talk about.
I think 2 is a great way to learn the game, but yeah, once you get more players in the game, there's just unlocks so many more different options for things that you could do, ways that you can assign different regret to different players. It just really unlocks a lot of the great parts of this game.
Yes. So then there is 4 phases. So there's a start phase, there's a refresh phase, there's a declaration phase, and then there's the action phase. And so in this game, while you're going mad and you're having regrets over the things that you've done in your life, starts to compound and weigh you down while you're fishing. I mean, who knew being out there all alone by yourself? There's a lot of time to reflect. And so essentially, when you start, you're starting at sea. You're going to go fish. So everybody takes a turn. You have dice. That dice is the strength of how much like real strength you have to lure and catch a fish. There's going to be a depth of 1, a depth of 2, a depth of 3. And each of those depths have 13 cards in it. And you're going to go fishing. And you're going to push your luck to try to see if you can catch the biggest fish, which is really fun.
Yeah, so every player starts out at sea, and like Adam said, you've got 13 cards in a grid kind of laid out 3 by 3. So in the first depth, you've got 3 different areas where you can cast, and if you cast, then you get to flip over that card and see what fish, or in some cases non-fish or event or something.
We were calling it the event fish because it's just some usually bad thing. It happens to you a couple times. For me, it's bad.
And then you can see if you have enough real strength to reel in this fish, and if it's going to help your overall game, then you might choose to catch it. Or if you choose not to catch it, then you can spend one of your dice and dink.
Get a dink. Yeah, that was like our thing. Oh my God, the dinks. And actually, we did find out the dinks are very, very useful.
Yeah.
They usually are like subtract 1 off the lure strength to catch it, 2 off. And they're just like, it's just fun to say.
Just little helpful things, yeah.
And you can say dink.
You dink.
Right, we already used that the entire time. Or you can also get rid of madness. So we'll get to how the end of the game works, but you don't want to have the most madness, but then again, sometimes you do. Because there's a madness track. So there's that.
Yeah, the madness track is great because it calculates the few different things that are affected by the different regrets that you accumulate. So the more regrets that you accumulate, you have the ability to roll more dice, which is great.
We found that is
it's a
super
definitely key to unlock.
You need to do that because the more dice you can roll, the more fish you can try to catch because you have more opportunities.
Right, but The downside of having increased amount of regrets is that it has the potential to be negative points at the end of the game.
Right.
Might make you lose one of the fish that you've mounted, which we'll talk
That
about.
happened to me.
Yeah, I did so well.
You did so well. It was awful.
And then it also changes the balance in the additional points or subtracted points between fair and foul fish,
Right.
depending on whether you're high or low on the madness track. Again, determined by how many regret
Right.
cards that you have.
Which then the game kind of becomes this crazy balancing act between how much madness so I can roll dice, but if I get too much madness and I have a lot of fair fish, my fair fish are now less. But if I have a lot of foul fish, now I have no madness. Now my foul fish are not worth as much.
Yeah.
And then you get in there and like, I just need more madness. And then the next moment you're like, stop taking madness.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, I'm going crazy. Which is why I really like this game.
Mm-hmm.
And to mention, the art is insane.
Oh my gosh,
Just
it's
so
incredible.
cool. It's like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, that's
feel
totally
of
gave
art.
Rick and Morty vibes.
Yeah, and it's really awesome. And the inside of this box, which we'll show
Ooh,
you,
check that out.
is just amazing, which we'll jump in. It's like his entire wall of
all his fishing trophies
trophies.
mounted on the wall.
which brings us to another aspect. When you go back to port in declaration phase,
Mm-hmm.
you're declaring if you're going to sea or if you're going to the port. And then you can buy from the supply. You can buy rods, you can buy reels, and you can buy dice. You can also sell your fish that you're catching, which then goes back to what Stephen was talking about with the minusing and plussing of depending on where you're at on the madness track and if you have a fair fish or a foul fish. And then you can mount your trophies on the mounting wall of fame. But then again, whatever you mount up there, you can never remove them.
Yep.
Unless at the end of the
They're for
game,
good.
which we'll fast forward to, at the end of a week, because you're fishing for a week, there's a long game where you play Monday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you play a shorter game, you're playing Tuesday through Saturday. And then so essentially at the end of it all, if you have the most madness
Value.
not
Not the most regret
the most cards, yeah.
The most value.
Steven had so many dang cards in his hand.
Yeah.
I had 4.
I had 7.
Yeah. I thought I was good. So I revealed to make my 4, I think I had a total of 5.
Yeah. And 3 of my regret cards were 0 value. They're trivial regrets.
Yes.
And so I ended up with a regret value of 4 to his 5. Meant he lost one of his mounted
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah.
And I got to keep my mounted fish.
Everything.
I beat him by 50 points, you guys.
Yeah,
It was
so
not even
if you end up
close.
playing this game and you see that I played suboptimally by like, well, a lot, please don't judge. Comment below. It's still a really good time, but we did find out. So I decided to stay out and fish
Mm-hmm.
more while Steven went back and got more dice quicker.
Yeah.
So I think that was where I kind of messed up in my play. I should have went and got as much dice as I could, as
Yeah.
fast as I could. But yeah, the game is just a blast. Whoever has the most victory points or angular fish points, I guess you can say, at the end of the game is the angular winner. And then if not, you tie and you start going down to madness. And then if it goes all the way down to a couple other things, you just share the victory because why are you so competitive?
Yeah. That's right.
We were
That's what the rule book says.
That's what the rule book says. But
Yeah.
yeah, it has a beautiful art. It does play pretty quick. Plays up to 5 solo co-op mode, which is great. We didn't try that yet, but we're probably going to try that out just because well, one, I can't fish, so obviously.
I'm kind of not looking forward to
Yeah,
having him on
you're
my
not.
team the way he rolls
Not
dice.
at all. But yeah, so the game is a lot of fun. It's super cool. Make sure you check it out. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let us know if you are a fisher person, you like to go fishing, and what kind of fish is your favorite or what you have caught.
Ooh.
I have caught a bluegill.
Ooh.
That's it.
Ooh la la.
That's the chicken of the sea.
Rainbow trout.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
but it was at a restaurant where you could like fish in a pool of rainbow trout, so it was just
count
like
at all.
they were all there. I'm sorry.
I was out in the real outdoors.
Sorry, man.
I knew that was the thing.
Yeah.
Caught
Well,
my bare hands.
okay. Okay.
Anyways, let us know what kind of fish you guys have caught. This has been Deep Regrets, and we did not regret playing it.
Yeah.
We liked it. So we're Tabletop Vibes. We'll check you next time.